mark.
Good evening. Please be seated. As president of Seton Hill University, it's my honor to welcome you to the presentation of the 2026 Distinguished Alumni Leadership Awards. Tonight, we will celebrate the outstanding accomplishments of 10 distinguished alum selected in this 2026 class. Seton Hill established the Distinguished Alumni Leadership Award in 1987 to recognize graduates who demonstrate outstanding achievement and leadership in education, business, and professions, science and technology, arts, volunteer services, and philanthropy. Additionally, the Distinguished Alumni Leadership Award for Young Alumni Achievement, for service, and for distinguished military service recognize outstanding Setonians in those specific categories. We will now enjoy a video presentation featuring the accomplishments of each of the 10 recipients being honored tonight.
For more than 100 years, Seton Hill has provided students with a life-changing education in the best tradition of the Sisters of Charity. The presence of a Seton Hill graduate in the workplace, in communities, and in the world continues to make a tremendous difference in transforming the lives of others. 10 of those graduates are being honored today for their accomplishments and their dedication to carrying on the spirit of Seton Hill. The university would now like to recognize the alumni who have demonstrated the leadership qualities that make them Seton Hill Distinguished Alumni. When he started learning Spanish in 8th grade, Anthony Palmasino saw more than a language. He found a field of study around which he could form a career. After his Seton Hill graduation, Palmasino accepted a Fulbright program grant to teach in Spain, leading him to rethink how education functions across national and cultural contexts. After completing his PhD in Iberian Literary and Cultural Studies at The Ohio State University, where he was also an award-winning graduate teaching associate, he worked as an instructional designer at Penn State University, leading the strategic development and project management of more than 30 online courses, leveraging data analytics and AI to increase instructional quality and efficiency, enhance learner engagement, and improve course delivery. He is currently living in Madrid, Spain, working at Lingo Kids, where he helps design research-aligned, globally distributed educational content for children. Palmasino is a frequent presenter in the academic community, committed to translating research and pedagogy into practical strategies that support both instructors and learners.
I just wanted to express my sincerest gratitude for the Distinguished Alumni Award here at Seton Hill. I was absolutely thrilled when I got the news that I received this award. And first and foremost, I would love to thank my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, my grandfather, my no-no as I call him, for all of their support over these many, many years, both from when I was an undergrad at Seton Hill all through graduate school and into adulthood and through my career. I'd also like to thank my best friends, my best friend Allison, my best friend Brett, who actually became a friend of mine through Seton Hill. We started as roommates freshman year, and we've been best friends ever since. And I don't want to go without thanking my mentors who were professors of mine at Seton Hill. They have eventually become friends, and like I said, mentors that I've had throughout my entire life. That would be Dr. Judith Reyna, who actually nominated me for this award, Dr. Deborah McMahon, who also was my advisor during my time at Seton Hill. And those two women instilled in me the love for Spanish that really guided me and pushed me to where I am today. I want to thank Dr. Christine Cusick as well, who was the director of the honors program when I was in the honors program at Seton Hill, who really sparked my curiosity for research and set me up on a great path for graduate school when I eventually got my PhD. And also Dr. Mary Mansour, who was my advisor in education that laid the groundwork for me to be the educator that I am today. If I were to have any advice for fellow Setonians or those who are at Seton Hill right now, I really hold on to the phrase that Seton Hill used a while ago. I know it's changed over time, but one of them was hazard yet forward. And that is a phrase that really stuck with me because despite what is awaiting you in the future, what challenges lie ahead, you should always push forward. And I think about that in my own experience, starting in undergrad and moving to Spain, a place very far away from home, being a first generation college student and moving from that scenario to living abroad was a huge risk that I took, but it absolutely paid off because it instilled a love for foreign culture and language that propelled me to achieve what I've achieved to this day. So I would say to really hold on to that, to embrace change, embrace discomfort, because those experiences tend to be the most generative. So thank you again for this award. I'm truly humbled, truly honored, and I look forward for what the future brings.
Congratulations, Anthony Palmasino, on your Seton Hill University 2026 Distinguished Alumni Leadership Award for Young Alumni Achievement. David Girardi is entering his 9th season with the Kansas City Chiefs of the National Football League. During his time with the Chiefs, he has coached in 5 Super Bowls, including 3 straight appearances and 3 victories. Girardi has worked with MVP quarterback Patrick Mahomes each year since he became a starter in 2018. Girardi has served as quarterback's coach since 2023, helping Mahomes earn Super Bowl Most Valuable Player honors that season, along with 2 Pro Bowl selections. Girardi began his NFL career in 2018, working as an offensive quality control coach with Kansas City, before being promoted to pass game analyst and assistant quarterbacks coach in 2021. Prior to breaking into the professional ranks, Girardi had stops at Lafayette College, Northwestern University, and Geneva College. Girardi earned his first coaching job at Seton Hill, where he worked as a graduate assistant for 2 seasons while completing his MBA. During his time with the Griffins, Girardi's focus was on the secondary. Girardi played quarterback for Geneva College from 2007 to 2010, where he was a 2-time captain and All-American.
Good evening. Sorry I can't be there tonight to celebrate it with everyone, but I'm truly honored to receive this award, and congratulations to everybody else in this class that received the award as well. I hope you have a wonderful time tonight. But I want to give some thank yous to Dr. Finger for not only this award, but also writing your handwritten notes that you've given me throughout the course of my career and congratulating me on any accomplishments I've had. To Chris Snyder, who was the AD when I was there, and to Joel Delinsky, the head football coach, thank you for giving me my start and my first opportunity in coaching. To my family, my parents, thank you for all the support you've given me, the love, and every opportunity that I could have to be successful. To my brothers, you're my 2 best friends. You're the best role models I ever could have asked for. So thank you for that. To my wife, thank you for the sacrifices. This profession demands a lot, and if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. When I'm working late nights, you're at home taking care of everything, and I never have anything to worry about. Our kids are loved, and that's the most important thing. And so I thank you for that. I thank you for your unwavering support and always believing in me. To my children, Joseph and Giada, I love you both so much, and you are my greatest motivation. Coaching's a journey. Kansas City happens to be my 5th stop, but Seton Hill was my first. And I am so proud to be able to say that. Seton Hill is a Division II Catholic school in Western Pennsylvania, and that really sums me up. Anybody that knows me knows that I love small college football. I played small college football. I coached it. I'm very passionate about it. Western Pennsylvania, I bring it up anytime that I can. I'm always bragging about it. If I can claim somebody, I claim them. So I love being from Western PA. And then my Catholic faith is very important to me as well. So you put those 3 things together, and I love everything that Seton Hill's about. During my time at Seton Hill, part of our compensation was room and board, and I lived at the downtown YMCA in Greensburg, and it was dorm living. And I spent many nights there dreaming about where could this career take me, like what can come of it, where will I be? And sure enough, 6 years later, Coach Reed gave me a phone call and gave me the opportunity to come here and coach with the Chiefs. And so you get to the NFL, and I'm going to my first training camp, and sure enough, our training camps are held an hour away at a Division II school that happens to also be the Griffins, and it's dorm living. And for a month, we're up there, and I love every second of it. It always takes me back to Seton Hill. It reminds me of those days, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Seton Hill gave me an appreciation for more than just coaching football. When you're there, you're helping with the video department, you're the strength staff, the equipment, like all that stuff. You have your hand in. I feel like at the higher levels, you end up getting a little more specialized in what you do. And at that level, you're helping everywhere. And I love that. I think it's given me a better opportunity to relate to people in different departments here. And it also allows you to feel like no job is ever too small. No matter where my coaching career takes me, I always remember where it started. Again, I'm truly honored and thankful for this award. And again, I wish everybody the best in their future, and have a great time tonight. God bless.
Congratulations, David Girardi, on your Seton Hill University 2026 Distinguished Alumni Leadership Award.
Unfortunately, David Girardi was unable to join us in person this evening as the Chiefs training schedule has kept him in Kansas City, and we will ensure he receives his award at another time, maybe the next Super Bowl. We'll see.
Toshua Jarrett began her career at St. Anne Home in Greensburg, PA, as the Director of Development and Public Relations, where she coordinated fundraising and public relations efforts to support the organization's charitable works. After getting married, she and her husband joined the United States Army, where she served as a combat medic team supervisor, providing guidance, direction, and development for 16 junior medics at the Post Health Care Clinic, coordinating primary health care appointments and instructing basic life-saving courses to more than 600 soldiers monthly for 4 years. Upon leaving the military, Jarrett put her fundraising skills to use in service of veterans and has served as the Chief Development Officer of the Veterans Leadership Program in Pittsburgh since 2014. In her role, Jarrett secures funding for her fellow veterans, providing them with essential services as they navigate their transition to civilian life. She has been recognized for her work as a Western PA Rising Star and a Pittsburgh Business Times Women of Influence.
Thank you, Seton Hill University, for this incredible recognition. It is truly an honor, and I'm deeply humbled to be here accepting this award. Seton Hill will always hold a special place in my heart. I arrived as an 18-year-old leaving home for the first time, and I immediately felt welcomed. That sense of community made what could have been a daunting transition feel exciting and full of possibility. My years here built a strong foundation for my future. The culture and the curriculum helped shape not only my career path, but the person I aspired to become. I will always cherish the memories I made, the friendships that continue to this day, and the opportunity to compete as a member of the collegiate cross-country team. Those experiences taught me discipline, resilience, and the value of teamwork. After graduation, my husband and I were married and made the decision to serve together in the United States Army. That chapter of our lives further strengthened my commitment to serving others and doing my part to make a positive impact in the world. There are so many people who have supported me along the way, both personally and professionally, and I would not be here without them. To my parents, thank you for laying the foundation that made all of this possible. And Mom, thank you for always encouraging me to step outside of my comfort zone and push toward growth and success. To my brother Zachary, thank you for always being my listening ear and providing tough love. To my husband Brian, whom I met here at Seton Hill, you have been my constant supporter and my greatest believer. You challenge me, encourage me, and make me a better person every day. And to my sons, Colton and Brayston, you both are the light of my life and my greatest motivation. I would also like to thank Coach Tim Kramer and Professor Frank Klepek for pushing me to be the best version of myself during my time here. Your guidance had a lasting impact on my journey. And finally, to my college roommate, teammate, and lifelong friend, Jamie Sematoski, thank you for your unwavering friendship and for standing by my side through every stage of life. Again, thank you, Seton Hill University, for this meaningful recognition. It is an honor I will carry with me always.
Congratulations, Toshua Jarrett, on your Seton Hill University 2026 Distinguished Alumni Leadership Award for Military Service. For Kate Shane Carson, Seton Hill was a foundation for her interests in science, leadership, and mentorship. Earning a master's degree in genetic counseling joined her interests in using genetics outside of a laboratory setting and working with people, both as a counselor and as a teacher. As a pediatric genetic counselor at Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus, Ohio, a vast change in testing technology showed her the importance of lifelong learning and being willing to adapt and change with new advancements. She co-authored and published her first paper and became involved with the National Society of Genetic Counselors. She then transitioned to The Ohio State University as a cancer genetic counselor, where she worked to expand patient access to care and assisted in developing a graduate program in genetic counseling. In her current role as a clinical professor at OSU, her time is equally split between clinical care in cancer genetic counseling and education. She has been honored by Ohio State for excellence in teaching supervision, advising, mentorship, and service.
I'm so thankful for this award and appreciative. I'm very grateful to have a career where I can work directly with both patients and with students. I've had some really exciting opportunities over the last several years. I served as the chair of the Education Committee for the National Society of Genetic Counselors and contributed to the development of a practice guideline for telegenetics. I have served as the chair of the Standards Committee for the Accreditation Council of Genetic Counseling and have been privileged to perform many accreditation site visits throughout the US and Canada. I also helped develop an interprofessional education program at The Ohio State University, incorporating over 24 different health science majors. I also have learned a lot over the last several years about how to conduct research and have authored over 20 manuscripts. These experiences have allowed me to pursue my passions of patient access to care and education. First, I would love to thank my parents and my brothers, Ryan and Ian, for your constant support. You have encouraged me throughout life to try a wide range of things. And of note, my mother was the first person to mention the field of genetic counseling to me, realizing that this would be the perfect fit for all of my interests and my goals. I would also like to thank my teachers and my professors. In particular, I would like to thank Robert Campbell and Sister Susan Yocum. Both of you placed me in leadership roles in high school and in college. This was at a time where I might not have sought out those opportunities for myself, and you bolstered my confidence in my ability to serve as a leader. These early opportunities led me to continue to seek out leadership roles as I launched into my career. I also want to thank my friends and my colleagues. Each of you challenged me every day to do new things, and you have helped me to make connections and networking for new opportunities. You have supported me over time through my learning and my growth, and you've given me faith in myself. And most importantly, I want to thank my husband, Kent, and my children, Bennett and Alex. You support me each and every day. You are the ones who make it possible for me to continue to do so many different things. You keep me grounded. You remind me to laugh at myself. You encourage me to keep going when things are hard, and you celebrate my successes with me. I am thankful and grateful to have had so many positive influences in my life and in my career.
Congratulations, Kate P. Shane Carson, on your Seton Hill University 2026 Distinguished Alumni Leadership Award. As president and CEO of the Homeless Children's Education Fund, A.J. Jefferson has expanded educational support for students experiencing homelessness by positioning the organization as a leading voice on youth homelessness in southwestern Pennsylvania. Under her leadership, the fund has grown from $1 million to $3 million, tripled its student reach, and is building infrastructure for long-term sustainability. Jefferson is a keynote speaker, sharing her lived experience of homelessness, resilience, and overcoming adversity. She has been recognized as a mentor, advocate, and leader, receiving many honors, including the C-Suite Award from the Pittsburgh Business Times and the Woman of Distinction Award from the Girl Scouts of Western Pennsylvania. In her role at the Education Fund, she launched several initiatives, including Winnie's Wagon, a first-of-its-kind mobile educational unit delivering tutoring and wraparound services, and Teen CEO, a workforce program helping high school students explore career pathways. Jefferson has elevated youth homelessness nationally on Good Morning America and The Kelly Clarkson Show, and is proud of those who believe college, careers, and stability are within reach.
Some of the most defining moments in my life didn't look like success. They looked like survival. There were seasons in my life when stability felt far away. The road ahead felt uncertain, but even in those moments, I was not alone. There were people who made sure of that. First, my mother, Carolyn Jefferson. I remember one day her picking me up to take me back to Seton Hill after an unofficial hiatus. And I decided this was going to be the moment that I tell my mother that it's time for me to drop out of school. I didn't see myself as a college graduate. I saw myself as a regular person. Yeah, I've been going through a lot of struggles personally, emotionally, and I just wanted to escape. I'm having this conversation with my mother in the car, and she wasn't happy about what I was sharing. And we were arguing. She pulled to the side and we continued to argue about my future. And she turned to me and she told me if I didn't care about my future, then to leave her car. I stepped out of her car, and this wave of relief came over me. I was finally able to make my own decisions in my life, but that wave of relief was short-lived because my mother pulled back up in front of me, opened the passenger door of her car, leaned in and said, "Get in this car. I will not allow you to throw away your future." That moment changed everything for me. It was the turning point that carried me from the edge of dropping out to the dean's list and ultimately to graduation. That was my mother's love, not soft, but unwavering. She saw my potential too clearly to let me walk away from it. Because of her, I learned something early. My starting point would not determine my destination. At Seton Hill, that belief was sharpened. Seton Hill taught me that leadership is not about titles. It is about responsibility. Responsibility to build something that outlives yourself, to bring people together around a shared vision, mission, values, and goals, and to do the work with both excellence and heart. That understanding has guided my path ever since. And beneath it all, I carry the love of my late grandmother, Mrs. Jimmy Lee Washington, who lovingly we called Bebe. She gave me a sense of safety and showed me what unconditional love looks like, feels like, is like. And that kind of love stays in your bones and it propels you forward when circumstances try to pull you off course. Today, that understanding, that Bebe love lives in the work that I do with young people experiencing homelessness. Every day, I meet students whose brilliance is undeniable, even when their circumstances is trying to convince them otherwise. And it grounds me. To my son, Caleb Winston Jefferson, you remind me every day that brilliance shows up in many beautiful forms. The way you experience the world, the joy you find in it, it keeps me rooted in what matters most. Being your mother is one of the single greatest honors of my life. Future Setonians, remember this. Your story is not defined by the obstacles you face. It is defined by the courage you show in every move forward. And when you do, your greatest impact will not come from what you achieved for yourself, but from what you made possible for others. Thank you, Seton Hill University, for this incredible honor. I am a proud Setonian.
Congratulations, A.J. Jefferson, on your Seton Hill University 2026 Distinguished Alumni Leadership Award. Karen Ponton Gorman entered Seton Hill with thoughts of becoming a teacher and left on a path to law school. Gorman is the Principal Deputy Special Counsel at the U.S. Office of Special Counsel in Washington, D.C., providing senior leadership of an independent agency protecting federal employees. She previously served as Deputy Chief Counsel for the U.S. Senate Select Committee on Ethics. Her son's autism diagnosis led her to community advocacy. Gorman partnered with Children's National Hospital to form a summer camp for autistic children, Brainy Camps Camp Connect, and help shape a jobs preparation program for students receiving special education services in her local public school system. Gorman also served on a parent advisory committee at Children's, where she provided early feedback to researchers on a national curriculum for executive function support for autistic students. She currently serves as a member of the Research Review Committee at the Ivy Mount School in Rockville, Maryland, where her son attended, and was appointed last year to a 3-year term as a commissioner on the Commission on Aging in her county.
Thank you. I am truly honored to receive this award from Seton Hill. First, I'm grateful to President Finger for her leadership of Seton Hill University. She continues the long tradition of strong, visionary women guiding this institution, and I look to her example as a guide and inspiration. My thanks as well to the Seton Hill community. I am deeply touched. When I arrived at Seton Hill, I was a transfer student and, in truth, not especially prepared for college life. But Seton Hill met me right where I was and then lifted me higher. Seton Hill taught me the power of friendship and the collective, the meaning of social justice, and the importance of a spiritual life rooted in purpose. Those values have stayed with me through my academic pursuits in law school, at Catholic University, and in my current master's program at the Harvard Extension School. I was fortunate to have extraordinary mentors, especially the late Sister Colette Toller, my English professor and work study advisor. Sister Colette embodied joy in work, friendship, and community. She showed me that leadership could be both rigorous and deeply human. And we all admired then President Joanne Boyle, who demonstrated what it meant to be a dynamic woman, a scholar, a leader, a mother, a wife. For a young woman like me, she made the possible visible. Those lessons shaped my understanding of responsibility, compassion, and leadership. They have stayed with me and led me into a life of public service, and I carry them with me now. I want to thank my mother, who has supported me always, and my late father, who passed away this month last year. I know he would be so proud. And most of all, my husband, David, and our children, Patrick, Mars, and Walt. You have supported me through every meeting, every community commitment, every late night. You never complained when I had to be away, whether for work, school, or volunteering. This honor belongs to you as much as to me. Seton Hill provided the foundation for my future, and I am thrilled that my life journey has brought me back to the Hill. I look forward to continuing the path of service, hazard yet forward.
Congratulations, Karen Ponton Gorman, on your Seton Hill University 2026 Distinguished Alumni Leadership Award. Janice Jeremy Sandrick not only began her career studying dietetics at Seton Hill, she spent nearly 4 decades shaping the student experience for Setonians in the Nutrition and Dietetics program. After graduating, Sandrick completed her dietetic internship at Mount Sinai Hospital and earned her master's degree in nutrition from Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland. Sandrick then came back to Western Pennsylvania, working as a clinical dietitian at Mercy Hospital in Pittsburgh while beginning her doctoral studies. She returned to Seton Hill in 1980 as a faculty member. Sandrick rose to the rank of associate professor in addition to serving as the program director for the Coordinated Program in Nutrition and Dietetics from 1986 until her retirement in 2018, receiving recognition as the university's Professor of the Year during her tenure. Sandrick also served as sub-award principal investigator in the SHU Personal Empowerment Program, a $1.5 million multi-year cooperative research project with the Integrative Cardiac Health Project at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center.
Hi, I'm Janice Jeremy Sandrick, a member of the graduating class of 1976. After completing my dietetic internship and my master's, working as a clinical dietitian, and starting my doctoral studies, I returned to Seton Hill as a faculty member, a position I held for 38 years. For 32 of those years, I also served as the program director for the coordinated program in nutrition and dietetics. For 20 of those years, I volunteered in accreditation activities with our National Dietetics Accrediting Agency. As a faculty member, I encouraged my students to see their patients comprehensively, not as a series of disease states or nutrition issues. Integrating the liberal arts and Catholic social teaching principles into their professional studies help them to develop empathy for their clients. I also urge students to advocate for their clients, both locally and nationally, by giving them information about national nutrition policy and research. And we accomplished that in class and also with many off-campus experiences. Students analyzed research and they participated in research studies, culminating in their work with SHUPEP, a project which I served as the subaward principal investigator. This research project was a multi-year, $1.5 million project that we completed with colleagues from the Integrative Cardiac Health Project at Walter Reed and with many gifted colleagues on campus. I'm honored to receive the Distinguished Alumni Leadership Award and humbled to be numbered among all of those who have previously received it. Thank you.
Congratulations, Janice Jeremy Sandrick, on your Seton Hill University 2026 Distinguished Alumni Leadership Award. Donna Germano Urenic's career in education began in the Seton Hill Child Development Center as a work study. In her decades as an elementary school teacher in the Greensburg-Salem School District, she educated many generations of students and mentored new staff and student teachers. She was also an adjunct professor and student-teacher supervisor at Seton Hill for a time. Urenic has also contributed meaningfully to Seton Hill as an alumna. She served 3 terms on the Alumni Advisory Council and held the role of president, later being named one of the first emeritus members of the Alumni Council. She also served as reunion chair for the class of 1976's 40-year reunion and was a co-founder of the Alumni Book Club. Helping others by volunteering is a hallmark of Urenic's service. She has been involved in the Westmoreland County American Red Cross Advisory Board, Our Lady of Grace Church, Greensburg Central Catholic High School, United Way of Westmoreland County, and the Westmoreland Cultural Trust, among others.
Good evening. Driving up the beautiful tree-lined driveway that leads to Seton Hill's campus is something I've done many times throughout the years since I've graduated. Each time, I'm flooded with memories. On this evening, one stands out to me. It is a random Wednesday night, some 50 plus years ago. You could find me not in the library or even on campus, but at Clelian Heights School for Exceptional Children and Adults. Along with other college students, I would volunteer weekly to help with teen night dances. Seeing the joy that our visits brought to the residents had a real impact and instilled in me the desire to serve others by doing volunteer work. Although my teaching career inherently involved helping students, my goal was also to make a difference outside of the classroom. Based on my college experience, I realized that even a small amount of time and effort can positively impact people's lives. Serving on various committees and boards was a way to get involved. I am particularly proud of my work on the Seton Hill Alumni Advisory Council and the Red Cross Advisory Board. Since my life has been influenced by so many others, I would like to recognize their support and inspiration. It is with sincerest appreciation that I acknowledge them. Being blessed with wonderful parents and a sister who modeled faith, morals, generosity, and valued education provided a solid foundation for me. My Seton Hill professors molded me professionally and personally. Sister Grace Hartzog was the perfect mentor, seeing in me a love of children, an ability to relate to them, and fostered in me the skills needed to be an effective teacher. Sister Morris McManama provided me with various unique undergraduate experiences and a rigorous curriculum that prepared me for graduate school and the workforce. Dr. Joanne Boyle demonstrated the ability to have a successful career and raise a family. Speaking of family, my family is amazing, and their unconditional love and support defies words. I learn from them and lean on them every day. I could not be prouder. Our sons and daughters-in-law are raising 3 beautiful grandchildren who have stolen my heart and keep me young. When I made that very first drive up the winding driveway, little did I know how Seton Hill would influence my life. It is a place I associate with community, friends, hard work, and personal growth. It is where I fell in love with teaching and service. I am proud to continue my involvement with Seton Hill today. Therefore, I am deeply honored that the university has chosen me to receive the Distinguished Alumni Leadership Award for Service. It is especially meaningful as I celebrate my 50th reunion. Additionally, I would like to extend heartfelt congratulations to my fellow awardees. I am proud to be included with such a select group. I graciously accept this award with my sincere gratitude. Thank you.
Congratulations, Donna Germano-Urenic, on your Seton Hill University 2026 Distinguished Alumni Leadership Award for Service. Colleen McLaughlin Hammond has spent her life dedicated to the well-being of others, with a particular emphasis on the issues of mental health and homelessness in the Erie, Pennsylvania community. After graduating with a degree in psychology from Seton Hill, she pursued a master's degree in counseling psychology at Gannon University. She started her career in case management with an increasing focus on services for families, children, and adolescents. In her roles over 32 years, Colleen served as therapist, director, administrator, and coordinator of various programs and projects in case management support services at Erie County Care Management, Inc., and later at the Erie Office of Children and Youth. In retirement, Colleen serves as a volunteer resource consultant and is on numerous boards focused on mental health and eradicating homelessness, including the Home Team of Erie County and the Mental Health Association of Northwestern PA in addition to working directly with shelters and individuals and on training and engagement with these populations.
Hello, and thank you for this meaningful honor. I'm truly humbled and grateful. When I look back on the path that's brought me here today, I realize how deeply Seton Hill has impacted the woman that I have become. As a child, my parents planted the seed of service. As a psychology major at Seton Hill, I believe the seed of Catholic consciousness was also planted, watered, and blossomed. Following my graduation at Seton Hill, I pursued a master's degree in counseling psychology at Gannon University, Gannon being a strong development partner with Seton Hill. There, the belief that I learned at Seton Hill, that true leadership is found in service, especially with the most vulnerable, was reinforced. That lesson has guided every chapter in my life. Seton Hill led me to my ultimate calling on the streets and outreach to help people find stability, hope, and dignity in some of the most difficult moments of their lives. The two inspirational individuals from Seton Hill that have impacted me in such a positive way were Joanne Boyle and Sister Morris. Joanne Boyle, who was my freshman English professor, encouraged me to take more English literature classes because she said she could see I loved them and we should always pursue things that we love. Sister Morris, who was head of the psych department, was a true mentor to me. Just days after she and I had a very short conversation outside her intro to psych class, she knocked on my door at Canavan on the dorm room door and said she'd like to talk with me. She sat down on my dorm bed and talked with me about how she thought that the study of psychology was a natural fit for me in my life and thought it would be impactful for both my career and my own personal belief system. The next day, I signed up to be a full-time psych major and learned a lesson that I'd like to share with you today from Sister Morris. She taught me a principal lesson that was, Colleen, just be a presence to people, and that will lead you to where people need to go. What a wise teacher she was. This is the foundation I received at Seton Hill. The sisters in the Seton Hill community instilled in me that the Catholic consciousness value is not just something to study. It's something we have to live. It taught me to see the dignity in every single person, even those who are overlooked, struggling, and vulnerable. So I would like to thank Seton Hill first, my husband Larry, who has always been a strong support to me with time, resources, and laughter. My children, who have carried many a couch up to a third-floor bed sit without a lot of grumbling. To my friends on the street, who every day have my back and offer me joy and purpose. And certainly to my first roommate and dear friend, Mary Kay Dean Anderson, who has graciously nominated me for this award. One final comment to the young women at Seton Hill today. I would say this: the world needs your commitment, your courage, and your compassion. Please go out and serve with open hearts, because the impact you make and the joy you receive will be more than you could ever imagine. Thank you again for this honor, President Finger. I am deeply touched and grateful.
Congratulations, Colleen McLaughlin Hammond, on your Seton Hill University 2026 Distinguished Alumni Leadership Award for service. Mary Ann K. Salvatore found a strong academic and spiritual foundation at Seton Hill. Her first path led to her marriage, children, and a career as an educator, teaching adult education at the State Home for Girls. She later transitioned into specialized roles within the New Jersey Department of Corrections, where she had a 22-year career, first serving as a learning disability specialist and culminating in her promotion to assistant principal for education within the prison system. As she approached retirement, she wanted to continue to help others and began volunteering in the United States Office of the Mukti Mission, which serves children, women, and special needs residents through a variety of ministries in India. Since 1998, she has made 32 trips to India and helped develop the mission's English-speaking school. They have since built 2 additional school buildings and expanded their academic offerings. Salvatore has served on the board of directors of Mukti Mission U.S. since 2008.
Good evening. It's not been an easy road. I've lost a daughter and a husband. But throughout my life, God has led me and provided for me. He has blessed me with 5 grandchildren and 10 great-grandchildren. I'm thankful to my parents for valuing education and sending me to Seton Hill, where I could grow academically and spiritually. Thanks also to Sister Miriam Joseph for teaching me to be brief and to the point. To my family for always being there and cheering me on, my son Michael and adopted daughter Adriana. Thanks also to the residents and staff of Mukti Mission in India for giving me purpose in my retirement. There is no retirement in God's service. Finally, I'm grateful to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for giving me 84 years in which to serve him. I look forward to the next adventure. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mary Ann K. Salvatore, on your Seton Hill University 2026 Distinguished Alumni Leadership Award.
Well, I think that I feel like a slacker, that's for sure. I mean, these amazing, amazing men and women who have been so involved as Seton Hill students and alumni and just members of this wonderful, wonderful community. So they are, let's give them another round of applause, please. This spectacular evening reinforces the values that we hold dear at Seton Hill, and these wonderful people are such a representation of those values. But as we celebrate these 10 honorees, I think it's important to also honor those in the audience who have received this honor in the past. So if you are a distinguished alum, please stand and be recognized. Thanks to all of you for your continuing support and dedication. And now I invite you to enjoy the conclusion of the video and to join in singing the alma mater. Which is in the last page of your brochure. Congratulations again to tonight's distinguished alumni. I'd like to ask this evening's honorees to stay on stage for a group photo. Our guests are invited to proceed back to the Hilltop campus for a cocktail hour and alumni dinner, all in Low Dining Hall. If you took a shuttle from the main campus to tonight's events, shuttles will be available to take you back to campus. If you parked in the Bell Garage, our staff will provide you with validation ticket that will provide free parking. Cocktail hour and dinner party will be held in Low Dining Hall, as I said. Okay, thank you again for your presence this evening. Looking forward to seeing you for the rest of the evening.